Happy in the cannabis.
2, 1.
Woo! Happy for quarantine. 20. How's everybody doing? Women Crush Wednesday. All day, every day. 420 live. How are we all doing? We smoking out there. We're being merry. A lot going on in the world, right? A lot going on. Let me get some. After that smoke, I have to have a little sip. I want to give you a little cannabis news before we do. The show format has changed a little bit, so if you decide to come on and give some hate during the show, just to let you know, you will be kicked off. If we catch you again, you will be banned. So with that, we're only trying to spread love. We do want your feedback and always be 100% honest, because the Skinny Queen can handle it. But without further ado, I would like to take a look at the High Times fashion that we have, Michelle. You could go to hightimes.com /shop and get yourself the High Times jacket, which obviously I have here, and I'm going to get the black and red one. Yeah! Also, you can check out, I know that we all are a little bummed that we can't use our lanyards anymore. You know, what are we going to do with these things? Well, you know what? The Skinny Queen is on the case, and guess what I came up with? Well, I like to be the one that leads in fashion, and I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to use mine for this. Why? Because listen, it's hard for me to find my damn car keys, okay? And then I got to find my vape, and then I got to find my man, which I don't know where he's been. But this... Listen, we all got to wear these ridiculous masks, which I actually on Saturday night stayed up and was smoking weed, and I was looking for masks. So we're all said and done when we have to get out there and we have to do our thing to be a good citizen. A citizen in society. Can you smoke with one of these? Those question. Let's see, because that's very important with a mask. I know we're trying to protect the public, but I want to make sure I can. You totally can! Winning! Woohoo! Woo! Alright, so we got a lot of this though. I don't know if you're like me, I'm a stoner, and after this is what I want to do with it. But you can't, because the coronavirus could be getting up all in your shit, right? So woo, that was a good hit. This that used to be for when we used to go to events, which I can't wait for more events. You're just gonna take that little thing and you're just going to connect it like so. And I'm stoned, so let's get this right. There you go. So now if you're going to the store, walking around, getting in your car, thinking about life, thinking about Corona, you know that your mask is, my mask and me is going to be right there. So you guys can actually use these. You can go to hightimes.com and shop. How are we doing with the good citizens? Michelle, are they behaving?
Yep.
Yay!
They like your pants. They like the masks.
Yay! Hi, everybody. Happy for quarantine.
Is everyone smoking?
Is everyone smoking? Let's talk about this. We have the Happy Chef coming on. Do any of you guys know who the Happy Chef is? Let me just tell you, her name represents who she is. I love that boss woman. We also have Tyna Moore, who is a doctor that has actually studied this virus for over 15 years. And she's got some really good things to look at when it comes to just overall health and wellness. Because listen, we're all sitting in a box, right? And smoking ourselves away. So there's certain things that we can do because we're in the cannabis community. We pride ourselves on what? Health and wellness and weed. But right now it should be health and wellness, then weed. But maybe it's weed and health and wellness. It's both of them. So we're going to wrap that up to go. So I got some news for you guys. So in Stoner News, I found this absolutely hilarious, but I got a lot. Everybody's quarantined and chilling right now, I'm sure. And what is your favorite show that you watch? I'm blazing through Ozark as we go. And obviously, I don't know if you guys all got to see that. Go and check out Green Rush. It's a Lionsgate film. If you want to get a good cannabis stoner film that's a thriller with a twist, that's out right now. I watched that last night. It was awesome, Misha. We love it. And I don't know if anybody knows Tiger King. I'm sure you saw all the billboards on Sunset Boulevard with the guy that was either trying to bring back the mullet or just kind of wanted to run the mullet out, and no one decided to mow the mullet over. That guy, though, I give him credit. You know what, Exotic? You ran for governor twice, and you were a huge advocate for the cannabis space, which I thought that was hilarious. But you know what? Even the Tiger King himself is out there representing cannabis, and we love you. Also, in big news, cannabis is stepping to the plate. Cannabis labs are joining the fight for the coronavirus. So it's called Faceable. It's a biodiagnostic company out of Ohio, and that tests CBD and THC. Is develop a COVID-19 test that yields within 5 minutes. We also have Harvard, which is coming on to do special research efforts, and you can go right now to endcoronavirus.org. That's ENDCORONA virus.org, and you as a researcher or a scientist can volunteer. What are you guys doing right now? Like, I don't know. We're sitting around seeing. I tell you this too. Some of y'all need to get off the airways because I'm trying to do my show and like everyone's on. So I challenge any of the founders, and you guys all know who you are, the scientists, all of the labs out there, like just go to this website and volunteer and let's join the fight. So that's what we have going on in cannabis news. Make sure that you get the swag. I know that you guys are all stocking up for 420, which is coming around the corner. And just so you know, you definitely need to let me get this, Michelle. Gotta do shout outs because I know the cannabis community will love me for this. Make sure you get your 420 issue because this is an iconic month. It's April 420, 2020. 420 at 420, 2020. There you go. It's not going to happen for 2,000 more years. So, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm in it. So, if you want to go out and check my ad, check it out. And also, I'm sure you guys all know what porn is. Well, this is a whole different kind of porn. This is called stoner porn. And if any of you are iPhone experts, which I call myself an iPhone expert, if you have a magnifying glass on your iPhone, if you zoom in, the photographers in the magazine, you literally can see all of the cannabinoids and that hairy little yumminess that I just want to eat, and I'll save that for later. Anyways, I can't wait. Let's bring on our first guest. We love you. Come on, Tyna Moore.
Let's take a smoke right here.
Hello.
Hello, lady. We match. We both wore yellow.
We did? See, we're like psychic. How are you, hon?
I'm good. How are you?
I am amazing. I feel blessed. I feel healthy. And before I actually even got on to pull it back, Michelle, a little bit. That's perfect. Thank you. So even before I got on the feed, because I did a lot of research on you and all the things that you've been doing just for like humankind, you made me really want to tap into about like what it is about love and how it is about loving yourself. And Michelle, if you could come on this side and kind of sit down out of the way and watch to make sure the comments are good. And so I really want to make this, besides everything that we talk about with the corona and everything else, first introduce yourself, because there's so much with you, it's exciting. Introduce yourself to everybody at High Times.
Sure. So I'm Dr. Tyna Moore. I'm a naturopathic physician and a chiropractor, and I am currently at my boyfriend's farm out in Amity, Oregon. He grows out here, so that's fun. And we make tinctures out of it and all kinds of fun things. But yeah, so my background is specifically, I've been treating pain in people for the last decade plus. And more recently got out of practice, and I'm coaching other doctors on how to do marketing and some of the injection therapies that I specialize in, but I'm kind of a geek about viruses. I was obsessed with them a long
I
time
love
ago.
that you're a geek about viruses.
I'm just kind of a geek, period. I'm kind of a
No,
nerd.
you are not. You are lovely.
Thanks. So I have a special affinity towards just understanding viruses, and I studied them in depth. I haven't been studying this virus for that long, but in 2005, I got really sick with the flu, and I almost died, and it really rocked my world for months. And so I started becoming very interested in how viruses work in the body and how to treat your body naturally to, withstand what comes your way. So I made that video that you saw a few weeks ago, and it went viral. I mean, I really, I had like 15,000 followers, and I just made a little video on my way out the door, and it went bonkers. So here we are.
Why do you think that is? What in your expertise, was it the fear or was it foreknowledge?
I think it's because I tell the truth, and I'm good at distilling down complicated information into really simple sound bites that people can understand, because I always assume that I'm talking to my mom or my daughter. She's 20. My daughter, they're both really intelligent. They're just not super educated, right? They don't have the education background that I have. So I'm always trying to just give it to people the way that they would want to hear it in realistic terms. And I've been doing that on Instagram since, and it's really been well received. I mean, there's been some trolls, but there's always trolls.
We know that, but we
Yeah.
have to pass it. You know what teaches us about even fighting even stronger to make that even change the trolls, right?
Yeah, I've got thicker skin than that.
Yes. And so tell us a little bit about like what you think about what's going on right now, and how would you protect yourself, and give us a little bit about what you feel people in the stoner community can do, because we all smoke.
Yeah, so the first thing is, this is kind of a lifestyle virus, meaning it has a specific affinity to receptors on your cells that are upregulated or more numerous in those who are chronically inflamed. So that's not good news for people that's why we're seeing high death rates in people with cardiovascular disease. Basically, it's people with cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and obesity. Those are the three categories, and those usually go together. And those three categories are where we're seeing the highest death rates. As it comes across the US, it's hitting younger and younger people. It used to be older folks, but we're seeing it in younger folks because in this country, we have those conditions going on in younger people. So that's really the bottom line. And there's no magical cure. There's no magical supplement. There's no magical anything coming. I mean, there might be a vaccine in a few years, but what we have right now is just taking good care of ourselves. So that includes your lifestyle habits, your diet, your exercise, your sleep, your mental state, not getting too stressed out about things. So that's generally this community tends to be a pretty chilled, low key,
Right?
So that's a bonus.
It's interesting though. I feel like there's two viruses going on, because you have the actual physical, but then the mental virus within itself. And I almost feel that the mental virus with this corona is, to me, it's worse. I've seen people and just completely go into fear, and it's really nice to have you in this community speaking for us, because we really haven't had a lot of people want to come forward. So I commend you as a doctor to come and talk to us and tell us, and like, what do you find with like the receptors and everything when you were studying that, it's not just cannabis that people can relate to in pain, but you were saying some really cool things that just in wellness, that cannabinoids and things that can help us with this.
Well, I love cannabinoids. They are generally anti-inflammatory. However, I want to say something because I saw something come up on the screen. Somebody said discredit me because I mentioned the word vaccines. I'm not pro or anti-vaccine. The world, there's two ways. I just want to say this. There's two ways that we're going to get past this. We have to hit herd immunity, and people unfortunately relate the word herd immunity or the phrase to vaccines. That's not how this works. We have to get a certain percentage of the population infected and building antibodies before it will calm down and start to mutate into a calmer, more manageable virus. That is accomplished in science either by 70 to 80% in this case of people getting infected, or vaccinations. I'm not pro or anti. I will tell you how this virus works though. these viruses, these coronaviruses, are in a class of viruses that are the common cold. They're very, very common. This one just happens to be really virulent and rough. Traditionally, the body doesn't mount long-term responses to these viruses. So I'm not so sure a vaccine is going to be the answer. So I'm not promoting that or discrediting it. All I'm saying is what we have is our health. We have our immune system. Cannabinoids are awesome. THC maybe has been shown in studies to not be so great with viruses. CBD hasn't been studied extensively. You know why studies aren't happening in the US. I don't have to get into that, but CBD, like hemp-derived CBD, it's a great anti-inflammatory. We just have to be careful because we don't want to inhibit the immune system too much. And we don't know, it's all individual, right? Every treatment is an individualized treatment in the medicine that I practice. So the person in front of me is who I'm concerned with. So I'm not going to say go out and, save yourself with cannabinoids, but I think that having a healthy lifestyle, if that's part of your healthy lifestyle, along with good dietary choices, exercise, fresh air, sleep.
I love how you touched on that too, because it's almost like looking at your body in mental, like taking it and breaking it up in different sections. And for me, I do have CBD in my diet, but I also do vitamin C. I'm doing protein shakes. It's an overall wellness program for yourself. And having you on here, this is what we're really promoting with the show. So anybody that's tuning in and having this an amazing conversation with Tyna and myself, this is really about you understanding what wellness is and how we can just protect ourselves as an overall community. And it's really touching on the immune system, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of our only bet right now because like I said, this type of virus doesn't tend to have long-term immunity to it, even if you get it. That's why sometimes you'll get the cold and then you'll get the cold again and you'll get the cold again in a season. It's not like other childhood viruses where you get it once and you have lifelong immunity. That's not how these coronaviruses work. The whole family of coronaviruses or subfamilies. So it's important to understand that the only thing we really have going for us is our overall health and wellness and our immune system. And we have to take good care of it right now. I just saw a preprint of a study showing that adipose tissue, which are fat cells, actually have higher ACE2 receptors. Those are the receptors the virus binds. There's more of those in the fat than there are in the lungs. So
you touched on it right there, Tyna, too. If you're looking at the people that are really being affected by this, and I'm sorry, America loves to throw a burger down their throat any day, every day, right? I mean, come on. We're stoner community. We know what munchies are. So you're saying that's a huge problem.
It potentially is. It means that they don't have people with higher adipose tissue or more fat on their bodies don't necessarily have more receptors on their cells. They just have more cells with more receptors, right? So the lungs is where the highest number has been shown, and that's why people are getting the lung stuff. That's why they're presenting with it's upper respiratory and lower respiratory are showing affinity to this virus, so they're getting deep pneumonias. And then the adipose tissue is also carrying the receptors, a large amount of them. And so if you have more of those cells, you're going to have more of those receptors. It's a conundrum for this country, right? We have a lot of obesity. I'm not judging anybody. I'm not fat shaming. I'm just stating facts of what is unfolding and what they're trying to figure out in countries that have been hardest hit. So we just, age is a factor, diabetes is a factor, obesity is a factor, high blood pressure is a factor. And usually the diabetes and obesity and high blood pressure go together, not always. And this is not just type 1 diabetes, type 2. A lot of people got upset with me because I didn't differentiate on some of my posts. Type 1, it's an autoimmune condition. It's separate than type 2, but they both increase inflammation. And any increase in inflammation is going to increase these receptors to the virus.
And what do you think about alternatives with the stoner community? With us, we all do love to smoke, even myself. Would you suggest us doing edibles or what are your thoughts on that?
Well, anything to keep your lungs happy. And so if smoking causes obviously high temperature increases in the lungs, it can cause inflammation in the lungs. So we don't want that necessarily. We don't know. There's no studies on this, but I would assume, and from what I've read, I've looked into this as well. And from what I've read, being cognizant of what you're burning and putting into your lungs is going to count. So whatever other pathways potentially you can get it in. Might be, but I'm not.
I love that, Tina.
I don't have a firm answer.
Right, no, but I actually love, there's cannabis tea. I really love the tea. There's edibles, and I absolutely love edibles too. So there's all different kinds of ways. We really, really appreciate you. Where can everyone find you?
Sure. So you can find me here on Instagram is probably where I'm the most active. It's just at Dr. Tyna, so DRTYNA. And I have a free book if you guys want to check it out. It's a really easy read. It'll give you a lot more information.
Really? Is it about like all of this?
No, it's just the 6 pillars of health that you have to have dialed to have optimal wellness. So it's really suiting for right now. It'll talk to you about sleep, diet, hormones, meditation, all the things. And it's a really short read in a simple format. It's at drtyna.com. So hopefully that's a helpful resource.
Wow, I'm like want that book right now.
Yeah, it's free. It's online. It's a great little read. I put my heart into it, and it's perfect for right now. And so people can have more information.
Well, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for going in for us for the Corona fight. Please never let any of us ever deter you from finding truth. Because I know everybody out there, and even myself, I used to be like afraid of it. But I'd rather go into a storm knowing what I'm going to hit than get hit by the storm and not know where it came from. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I believe in knowledge is power, and we're a community about healing, and we bless your heart. We've got to have you back on as we get going on through this. And thank you so much, Tina. Stay safe.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Yeah,
take care.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so and then spin it back on to. So we are excited. That was amazing. Like, let's take all of that in. Like, first and foremost, I would like to thank High Times and everybody that works there, and to get out all of this information, and Adam for leading and letting us all have this platform. And I thank you all for everything that you're doing, because we are a community about giving. And like, if you guys seen on the airwaves lately, like, I'll go on and watch the news, and then 5 minutes later I got to get off of it, and I'm like, all right, so yeah, let me get that sage out, because I can't even take what they're doing on the news now. So we're just gonna do a little sage here, because I want to be the only person on the airways. So we're gonna sage. We're gonna sage the world, and that's what we do as hippies in Hippie Town. We're saging everyone, and we're gonna talk about. We're gonna say a little thing before we bring on Dee, the happy chef. You want to know why? Because I want the person cooking my food to be happy, and there's no one better than I would want to cook my food than Dee. So if you're out there, Dee, we'd love to get you on. We're gonna learn how to do some street corn. We're going to learn how to dose our own food, and we're saging ourselves, because mind, body, and soul, harmony and balance. We ask for everybody out there, for anybody's higher power, to come in, and we ask for this virus to go away, and for all of us to calm our minds, to be able to smoke at ease, and just be able to blaze with our friends again. And I can't wait for the happy chef to come on. Street corn. Have you guys ever cooked some street corn, or have you ever been at you know, you go to Disney. We got Dee. Woo! Chef Dee.
That's loading.
She is loading up in here. Happy Chef is up in here.
We're taking it to the streets.
We're taking it to the streets, yo.
What's happening, happy people? Coming to you live from
How
Las
are
Vegas.
you?
I am doing great. I'm doing great. You know, it's like the way I see it, guys, is when the world hands you lemonades, or wait, I already messed that up. When the world hands you lemons, you make lemonade, right, guys? So everybody make some lemonade, open up that lemonade stand, learn a new skill. I'm about ready to teach you one right now.
Hey, Dee, introduce yourself to everybody and tell everybody where you are.
Oh, okay. My name is Dee, Edible Dee, also known as Chef Dee. I'm also known as the Happy Chef. I am, hold up. I am the author of the Happy Chef Cannabis Cookbook. This is the expert edition, but some of you may be familiar with the edition that I published with, that's right, Be Real of Cypress Hill, the Dr. Green Thumb. That was back in 2014. I've been doing this a minute. We've been doing this a minute.
You've been doing this a minute, and you've been not only just like learning the science, you got your own show, you're doing your own cooking, you're making your own books. Like,
yeah.
Where's all
yeah,
this?
I partnered with with the Cannabis Research Company here at their headquarters in Las Vegas back in 2016.
Nice.
And I designed their production kitchen here, again in Las Vegas. And I mainly work as a consultant where, and with the whole world going green like it is, I've been to Argentina, Colombia, Puerto Rico. I love Puerto Rico. That's probably one of my favorite places on the planet. And,
I'm going there right now. Let's do it.
and I was going to go there too, put on a bathing suit, get in my bathtub, and, just pretend that I'm in the beach and the water there. Just pretend.
Well, listen, you've done some amazing things in your life. And one of the things that I love is you just keep feeding us this amazing food. And I know that you wanted to make this today about what you can do at home, right?
Yeah, okay. So while all of us were stuck in quarantine, my mother always said, we're doing leftover makeovers tonight.
Yes.
So, like what's in your fridge kind of deal. It's like, I kind of love it because it forces me to get more creative with flavors and also forces me to get more creative with cannabis flavors because terpenes, also infamous terpenes. So today, the leftover makeover that I'm doing is I'm doing a remix of some street corn, which Mexican street corn, many of you guys might be familiar with it. They usually do it on the cob. It's usually charred and grilled on the grill, and then has some paprika, some cotija, grated cheese, and cilantro. It's very delicious. Now, I'm missing a few of the ingredients, but I'm gonna make do. So we're gonna combine forces since we are all in this together.
Yes.
I'm gonna add in a little bit of everybody. So right now I'm sauteing some onions.
Nice.
And I'm gonna add in some fungi because make sure you all eat your mushrooms, people.
So now, Dee, I'm gonna give you.
They're extra happy.
So Dee, we're gonna give you the platform now, and you're gonna take it away with all your cooking.
All right. I already started. See, I was hungry. I don't know. Hold up. So I'm going to add some fungi in there. Now, the awesome thing about fungi and what I'm infusing today is I infused some olive oil with a half a gram. I did 10 fluid ounces of CBD, also infused with linalool. So I did a half a gram and 10 fluid ounces just to give you, I'll break down the math for you guys. If you want all the formulas for it, I'll post it on my Instagram at edibled.com for you, as well as I have extraction methods on my website and also on my YouTube for all my how-to videos, my Patreon. If you guys want to get real in depth in the weed science, we can definitely do a little bit of that.
Can we see some of the sauteing too, Dee? Can we get up in your grill?
Oh, hold up. You want to get all up in my grill? Why you all in my grill?
Yes, we want to see what you're doing.
All right, can y'all see it now?
Yes.
Okay, now you can see a little bit more of the dish. There we go.
Yes.
All right. So I got some fungi in there. Now again, this is my infused CBD linalool oil, and this is linalool is 76th percentile. And linalool is one of the terpenoids that are found in cannabis. And I like to call her the overachiever of terpenes because she's in so many plants in the world. She's in over 200 species of fungi. I don't know if you guys knew that. But
I didn't.
Yeah. So terpenes, what would I tell you guys if actually eating healthier makes you higher?
Yes. I mean,
and I can break that down for you real quick. I know we've all okay, so I've sauteed some fungi, I've broken them down, got the onions going. So I cooked some corn. I had 4 ears of corn here. I cooked those the other day, so we're gonna go ahead and add this in here. Yes. So we're gonna get that all cooking up. And I'll post this recipe for you guys on my Instagram too. This is the leftover makeover of the Happy Chef.
Yes, we are so happy.
All right. So when you think about linalool and terpenes, I know many of you guys see that meme that goes around or heard that rumor, eating a mango and smoking weed makes you intensifies your high. And in my professional opinion, that'd be correct. Because what you did is you just doubled your dose. Over 60% of a mango has myrcene in it, which is another compound terpenoid that is found in cannabis. And it's also found in a large quantity of cannabis, over 40% of strains have myrcene in it. Another great terpene that was actually falsely identified back in 2008 as a cannabinoid is beta caryophyllene. Now she's my favorite.
Yes!
I call her a full figure gal because she's a sesquiterpene terpene, not like your monoterpenes of the linalool and the myrcene and those. So that's the main reason why she was falsely identified as cannabinoids, because she was in everything. There are small traces of beta caryophyllene in all strains of cannabis. And I mean, and then since I am what I eat, or you are what you eat, I like to say that I'm my highest self. And speaking of that, beta caryophyllene and linalool, they're both found in the mint family. So the mint family, you're talking basil, rosemary, cilantro. Like, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I eat cilantro all the time. As a matter of fact, it's going in the dish today. It's going in the dish.
So tell us, like, we're gonna put back in. Oh my gosh, wait, let's see
a little bit of that.
That's
all right,
good
so this
stuff.
is gonna be called Around the World Street Corn because, like I said, I don't have a cotija cheese, which is a grated cheese that is normally in Mexican street corn. But however, cotija cheese is known as the Parmesan of Mexico. So I do have Parmesan. So I'm gonna put a little bit of Parmesan in there. So we got a little Italy, we got some corn, we got some onions, we got the fungi, the extra fungi, you know. And then I don't have, like, I usually put a little bit of mayonnaise in this. I don't have any mayonnaise, but I do have some hummus. So I'm gonna put some hummus in this.
Yes!
So we're gonna get a little bit of the Mediterranean peoples in here, right? Because we all in this together, guys. We're all in this together. Like I said, leftover makeovers, get creative. What's in your fridge? What's in your fridge? I can tell a lot about a person when I look at their fridge.
What's in your fridge?
What's in your fridge? Oh, we should see what's in my fridge. All right. So what I'm going to do after you finish like sauteing the corns and the fungi and the onions, we're going to put these in a nice little mixing bowl here. Hold the phone. Let's get it all in here. All right.
I'm like hungry.
Man, girl, when we were talking to Dr. Tina, I was sitting here started cooking. I had to stop for a minute because I was getting hungry and I was going to finish the dish before you got me on.
Well, thank God we tuned in now.
All right. So we already sauteed, we already heated up. So now that it's nice and hot, we're going to add some more ingredients. So first thing I want to add is my infused olive oil that I have here. As I told you, I infused 10 fluid ounces of a half a gram of CBD isolate, and that was 99.9% potency. So in 10 fluid ounces, per 1 fluid ounce is 2 tablespoons, right? So I'm going to add in about 3 tablespoons of this infused olive oil right here, just to get it nice and okay. That's going to be cute. That's going to be cute. So that puts it about 75 milligrams for this entire batch, right? And it also has 4 mLs of linalool, which I wish you guys could smell this over the phone because it is heavenly. It really is. Linalool is one of my favorite terps. All right, so now we got this baby infused. All right, let's get this nice little mix. We're going to pre-mix this before we mix it again. All right. So we'll see all that. Yeah. Look how cute that is, guys. Oof.
You can't see it.
Oh, you can't? Oh, you can't see it?
There you go. Get up in there. Yeah.
Oh, gosh, it smells so good. That linalool kind of acts like when you like infuse olive oil with rosemary. It just has that nice like aroma and just like hint, almost like cilantro, which is again one of my cilantro salads. They're one of my favorites. So we're gonna add some hummus. I have some Sabra roasted red pepper hummus. So I'm gonna put that in here. A little bit of that. It's gonna do 2 tablespoons of that, right? And we're gonna mix that. Yeah, all right. Oof. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, there we go. Now I'm getting the angle of this. Now I'm getting.
Yes, there we go. That's what we're talking about. Us stoners need to get all up in your dish.
All up in my dish. All right. So now. All right. So then I'm going to put about 3 ounces or so of cotija cheese, or if you want to, or if you Parmesan is our substitute of today. So we're going to do some Parmesan. Okay. Ooh, yes. Oh, I need to get the other side. That's just not doing it for me. Yeah, all right. Now we're cooking.
Yes. I'm so happy watching you cook.
All right. So, oof.
Well,
Look
lift
at
it
that.
up a little bit, Dee. There
Yep,
you go.
there we go.
That's it. That's what we want to see. Oh.
Nice and cheesy. Ooh, shoot. Shoot, guys. All right, and then that's right. I've been talking about this herb for a minute. Let's go ahead and throw all that in. Oh, the more cilantro, the better, if you ask me. So we're gonna get. Oh, and also cooking with colors, that just makes everything just so much.
Lift
Look
it
how
up.
beautiful that is.
There you
Look
go.
how beautiful. Get all the colors in there.
It's so yummy. I'm
Oh, add
starving.
some green. Always green makes everything better. So we got. I'm gonna put some little bit of lemon pepper and put some paprika in here, just to get it nice. Also in black pepper, there's beta-caryophyllene, it's terpenoid, and then this is lemon pepper, so it has some lemon zest in here, which also has limonene in it. So let's go ahead and throw a little bit of that. Get some of that paprika in there too. Oh gosh, guys, this is looking and smelling so good. Oh wait, let's just do a little squeeze of the lime. Ooh yeah. All right. Let's do two. Let's do two. It's always better to double it up. Yeah, all right. So,
Yes.
I'm getting the hang of this, lifting it up so y'all can see. Oh, look. Oh, gosh, I wish you guys could smell it through the phone. Oof. Look at that. Oh. And, bam, bam, bam. There we go. You have it.
Yum.
So we're all in this together.
Thank
Get to
you
the sweet
so
corn.
much. I'm like, honestly, I'm getting off of this feed and I'm definitely going straight to the kitchen. You honestly, where can everybody find you, Dee?
You guys can find me at Edible D on everything. YouTube, Instagram, my Patreon. I do how-to cooking. I actually also work with you one-on-one. So if you guys need help with your infusions and like balancing out the potencies, even extraction methods, growing your own mushrooms, cannabis, etc., follow me on all those and check out my YouTube videos at Edible D on everything.
You are a boss. You are a disruptor. We appreciate you. I'm going to save your dosing with CBD because I'm going to save that for next week. I'd like to bring you back on because I couldn't take off what you're doing with this food.
It's so good.
Oh, I want to eat it. Like I'm secretly jealous. So we appreciate you. We'd love to have you back on, Chef D. Happy D, I love you to death. What would you like to say to the stoner community through this quarantine?
And guys, like, make lemonade. You know, like none of us can do anything right now. The world just gave us a bunch of lemons. Keep positive, learn new skills, everything that you didn't have time to do. That's what I've been doing. Like, I was so busy, I didn't have time to do so much. And like, it's been so great. And I feel so grateful to be able to have that time. So learn some new skills, be with your loved ones and your family, and make that fucking lemonade.
Yes, love you. Everybody out there, stay cool. Let's tell everybody goodbye. Happy 420, everyone.
Shout out the High Times and the Skinny Queen.
Whatever.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye, guys.
Love everybody. Stay safe. And guess what? Make sure you use your lanyards because you got to have your mask. Bye.